Good morning. So today I'm making this video. It's for a course that I'm taking that's called Market Yourself. It's from Bahrain Polytechnic. And the reason why I'm doing this video is to conduct a job interview. So the reason behind this is that this job interview is supposed to be an in-person interview with my tutor, but since the lack of time and how fast we have to progress through the course, it had to be conducted this way. So I will be reading a set of questions and I'm going to read them out loud to myself first, and then I'm going to answer those set of questions based on the sequence of those questions. So first, starting by the first questions where I have to introduce myself. So my name is Abdallah Abdelghader. I'm a 26-year-old student in Bahrain Polytechnic. I am currently studying mechanical engineering. I am passionate about this major and I am finally now in my last year. So I'm supposed to graduate soon and I should be pursuing my job career and interest. So moving on to the second questions where I have to mention that assignment that I had that was too difficult for me and how did I resolve that issue. So back in the third year from my last year in the university, I've had an assignment that it wasn't that it's too difficult, but it was too stressing. That stress brought the difficulty. So what I had to do is I had to simple it down, especially that it was a group project and it was a 1 year long project. So there was a lot of content to adapt to. So what I did with that project is that at first I was actually a bit confused, I was a bit lost, and I was a bit stressed about the thought of this project and how other students portrayed it to be when they moved on from it. So I've always had this picture that this course might be very difficult. But I took that course, I took it slowly. I have tried to maintain a good relationship with my group members, and that ended up to be very well. We have adapted to each other very well, and we have made friendships along the way. That friendship, that connection, and that communication, and based with the mixture of those skills, based on teamwork, communication, those things, we have ended up doing the project very easily. And the project itself could not be done without those skills. I'm pretty sure of that because at the end we have manufactured an entire vehicle, and that entire vehicle is all based on our teamwork and how fast we progressed and how we adapted to each other's skills and capabilities. So that was a bit of a difficult task. So that was the method that I took. I had to simple it down and I had to take it easy, and I had to take every set of skill that I could find, really, and I had to adapt it to that course. So that moves us to the third question, where I have to mention when I gave someone a difficult feedback and how I handled that. So I actually have a friend, he's also a student, and he's a good student. He really understands everything very well. It's just that he doesn't have the effort, or not the effort, but the need to show that he is a smart student. In his mind, he just wants to graduate as fast as he can without applying any much effort, even though he is a very smart student. So when we sit together and we meet and we talk about things, it's just that he always have that negative feedback when it comes to studying. He's always pushed back, laid back about the university, and he does not want to progress to the university. So at first I was always listening, I was always nodding my head, yes, yes, and those things. But then it came to a time where I had to talk to him directly and be honest about it, because he actually have the skill, he have the brain to handle everything perfectly, and he's very smart, but he is not valuing himself as he should. So I can say that I have used the logos, pathos, and ethos method with this one, because what I have done is that I had to be logical about it, because he's wasting his time. He must be self-appreciating of himself. So I have used logic, I have used emotions to try and convince him to get back into studying and do his best. And that's what I did, and he appreciated my advice, even though he did not take it fully, but it improved him somehow in a way. So that was how I've dealt with him. And now moving on to the technical question that I have here. It is for my major. It is asking me to explain what is a uniformly distributed load. So uniformly distributed load is, let's say that I have this hand as a surface here, and I apply a force, an evenly distributed force. So this line all will have the same force. It's like applying, like putting a bag on a table or something like that. So that is a uniformly distributed load. So where the load is distributed upon the surface. It's as simple as that. And we have solved many questions about the uniformly distributed load, where you have to multiply its force in Newton by the distance that it covers, and then you can take it as at the center of the position of the uniformly distributed load. So it is an application that we see every day. It's just that we don't know the terminologies behind it and all those things. Now moving on to the last part, where I have to ask the questions now to the company that I'm applying to. So the company that I'm planning to do in this video for is Babco, and the question that I want to ask is that, am I going to be working in shifts? So is it going to be only for morning time and I'm going to have the weekends as a day off, or is it that I'm going to be working in shifts? Because I actually have no problem with working in shift, but I just want to know. And this other question is that I want to know whether if I will be put into a course or a program within the company, or am I going to start directly on this one position? Because now I'm graduating from the university, I just want to know whether if I have to be in a certain program that will take a certain amount of time for me to reach the goal that this company has for me. So that's all. That's basically the question that I want to know and that makes me curious. And that's really it for today. So thank you. I hope that you have learned something today if you are only a viewer for this video on YouTube. And yeah, that's all. Thank you very much. I hope you have a nice day.